all about love. The love of God operating through the heart. Agape love, unconditional love. And when we talk about love at Agape, we talk about that first begins with yourself. Everything begins and ends with you, and everything begins and ends with self-love. Until you can accept, understand, and know yourself, you can't do that with anyone else. So realize it's not narcissistic. It's not selfish. It's the only way you can go. But here's the key. When you love yourself, you can't help but love others. So it's a two-way street. And at Agape, we teach two practices. We teach meditation, connection. We teach spiritual mind treatment, affirmations, or how do we use the creative power of the law of cause and effect. They're the two pillars of spiritual life. And what we're about is a practical spirituality. If you can't use it, I'm not about it. I'm about finding ways that we use things that actually work and change our lives. So with that, let's you and let's have a relationship into oneness. And let's go within. Let's do some meditating together. So I invite you to get into a comfortable, seated, upright position. Your back is straight. Hands gently resting on your lap. Close your eyes and bring your awareness to your breath. Understanding and knowing that the breath is life, and that life, the infinite, is breathing life into you as an expression of life. I want you to consciously breathe in and out of your heart. And visualize that with every breath in, your heart is being nourished and opened. With every breath out, whatever needs to be released, memories, whatever they are that are holding that heart from being as wide open as possible, you're releasing them. So take a deep breath into your heart and let it go. Take a deep breath in and let it go. Take a deep breath in and let it go. Your heart has intelligence. It knows what you truly desire, who you truly desire to become. Ask, what qualities could I enhance within me that would allow me to have a greater experience of love? Could it be kindness? Could it be listening? Could it be stepping into the unknown? Could it be becoming a better receiver? Becoming a better giver? Bringing your life into a greater sense of balance? Let your heart guide you. You don't need to rationalize. You don't need to justify. Just listen. And you will know the truth because it will feel right. Whether you receive the answer now or later, it doesn't matter. You've opened your heart. You've asked the question. Your job is to listen, and once heard, act. And then to continue to listen, to hear, and to act. That is the creative process. It's an eternal process. You will eternally be creating and becoming more aware. In meditation, we accept that we are on a journey. And wherever we are, we acknowledge that all is well. So in gratitude, having taken the time to be still, start to bring yourself back to this time, to this day, to this place, to your body. And when you're ready, begin to gently move your hands, your arms, your shoulders, your head. And gently and slowly open your eyes. Put a smile on your face and welcome back to now. So one of the things I've noticed is that people tend to make life pretty darn complicated. And people get overwhelmed with all of these aspects of life. So today I wanted to discuss the idea that life is really simple when we understand how it works. That's right, think about that. It's like when I understood the simplicity of how to put a new plug in the wall, it was easy. But when I didn't understand, it appeared to be complex. And that's true about everything. To understand how life works simplifies the process. It eliminates a lot of unnecessary worry, a lot of unnecessary consternation, a lot of unnecessary talk. You see, the deeper we go into ideas, concepts, and abstract truth, the more confused we become. I see this all the time as I watch people exploring spirituality, trying to analyze it, every little thing, analyze, go into relationships, analyze, get into all these abstract concepts and what we believe are abstract truth. And these people truly are confused, and their lives are going nowhere. It is best that we keep our thought at the simplest level so that we don't get confused by our own thought. It's been said the greatest prayer that one could ever do is the prayer of gratitude. And when I talk about a prayer of gratitude, I'm talking about living a life where you're grateful all the time. You're grateful for the night's sleep you had. You're grateful that you were able to do your morning meditation. For me, I was grateful that today I did day number 27 of my cold tub. And today was 40 degrees, the coldest I've ever done, and yet I did my 2 minutes. I came out and I was in gratitude. I was in great gratitude when I ate some magnificent toast with avocado spread on it. I was in gratitude as I took that warm shower and felt the contrast of the warm water on my cold body. Every moment of every day, we have the ability to be grateful. That's not very complex, but the more grateful we are, the clearer the message we're sending to the universe And the universe says, I will give you more to be grateful for. It's that simple. Be grateful for what you have, and it will multiply. You see, the universe is a thing of consciousness and law and order. Your level of awareness that you are a part of the infinite and that there is a power in the infinite, we call it the power of law and order, the law of cause and effect, the law of reciprocity, the law of giving and receiving, call it whatever you want. But that law creates, when we use it, an energy. And the energy we create has a frequency. And that frequency molds the energy, molds our awareness, and we have an experience. Everything in the universe is a part of the law of cause and effect, or the law of order. And in that idea, in such a universe, we must live one day at a time. Break that down even further. We must live one moment at a time. In this moment, are you aware that you're aware? Are you aware of the state of emotion you are in while you're being aware? The key to living that moment. Have a high, elevated emotion of gratitude, of love, of peace, of joy, of inspiration, of abundance, of health. Have that emotion and understand in that moment with that emotion as you hold on to it. The longer you hold on to that emotion, the more it becomes ingrained as a belief. You hardwire your brain into certain ways of being in alignment with that emotion, and you've created a habit that creates the type of experience you desire to have. But if you hold a negative thought, a negative emotion, you look too far into the future and you can't see the possibility, you're hardwiring your brain to a completely different experience. You see, each day potentially contains all that any day can contain based on our ability to form and believe our chosen mental equivalent. Broken down, every day has everything in it to allow you to create an experience you desire. That experience will take shape based on your chosen mental equivalent. What's the mental equivalent, or what's the mental image you have of your body? What is the mental image you have of your relationships? What is the mental image you have of a career? What is the mental relationship you have about money? What is the mental relationship you have about your spiritual connection? That mental equivalent, no matter what you... See, the interesting thing is when we go to sleep, the mental equivalent drifts off into nothing. So the prior day, the mental equivalent we end with is done. Now we wake up, we have the ability to choose a new mental equivalent in all areas of our life. And if we choose it and hold it, the potentiality of the universe is right there, and it gives us who we are. The key thing, we're 100% responsible for choosing who we are. No one else can make that choice for us. Are you aware and awake enough to make the right choice for you? Or are you going to allow it to happen and be a victim? Every day presents us with new desires, inspiration, and creative power to achieve whatever we can embody. The key word there is embody. Can you embody a healthy you? Can you embody a wealthier you? And maybe, just maybe, if you can't, maybe you're reaching too far into the future that you can't embody it because you can't believe it's even possible. Well, maybe just tone it down just a little bit. Tone it down that today I will not spend more than I bring in, instead of saying I'm a millionaire when you're in debt. Today, I will spend less than I bring in. Today, I will begin to invest in me. You see, just by toning it down a little, we can embody. And when we embody, we give the law power and we give it direction. Everything begins with a single step. And it doesn't have to be a big step. It can be a little step going in the direction we want. Life is always whole and complete in any given moment. And there's no waiting for us to experience more. If you really think about it, in this moment, everything's perfect. In this moment, without you worrying about the past, without you worrying about the future, you're healthy, you're whole, you're wealthy, you're at perfect peace. In the moment. It's only when you drag the past in or you worry about the future that the moment gets destroyed. This moment right now has been perfectly created by you. So you've got reinforcement that you're a creator. Whatever the moment is, you've created it by the mental image that you hold of yourself. And the beauty of that is when you embody that, you realize you can change the image anytime you want. You have that power. You are not stuck where you are. You see, we all have a direct relationship with the creative spirit. This relationship is not something we have to evolve into, but we are evolving from. You see, we are not a human having a spiritual experience. We are spirit having a human experience. We're evolving from an infinite nature into an experience into this finite world. And when you embody the idea that you're one with the divine and you have this relationship of oneness and that its creative power is your creative power, and that power is through the ability of your thought, aligned toward a specific result, held persistently and consistently, consciously and unconsciously, followed by an elevated emotion, your relationship is solid. And creative spirit says, yes, we'll be solid together and we're going to create this now. You see, in life, we are simply becoming more aware of something that existed before we were even conscious of it. That's right. Quantum physics says everything exists everywhere in the quantum field all the time. All we have to do is become more aware of it. And we become more aware of it by how we believe. It's that simple. Change your beliefs, change your life. Where you focus, you put your energy. Where you put your energy, you create. You are the power. Stop looking outside yourself. Stop looking at psychics, at religious leaders, at business leaders. Stop looking at crystals. Stop looking at astrology. Stop looking at numerology. Stop all of that. Those are fun games. And start building an image and a belief of you and test it. Test it as you hold it and see that it does work. Because, my friends, the power is you. I want to thank you for joining me today. I want to invite you that if you receive something from this, make a donation to Agape. The link will be in the description below, or go to agapespiritualcenter.com and find the giving button. Also, while you're at agapespiritualcenter.com, look at the calendar. We've got so much that you can plug into no matter where you live in the world. Most everything we do, we do online and is available to you. We do a Sunday service in person, but I also do a Sunday service, this one online. So we're here for you. We're here to give you the questions, present you with tools that are options for you to use, because we know you are the power. And when you can embrace that, you'll change your world. And when you change your world, the whole world changes. Let's make this a world where we can all thrive, grow, in a world that works for everyone. Until next week, much love. Aloha.